Alright, hello guys, welcome to my Winter Thoughts episode 3. I do this series just so I can give you guys a little bit of a head start on what might be changing in my upcoming winter forecast. And it's a little bit of a better breakdown of the things that made me change my mind. Before I get started though, I'd ask that you'd please subscribe if you haven't already if you're into weather content. That's what I make. Also like the video if you do like the video. Alright, let's get started. So looking at our Canadian snow cover here, this is our snow total through 240 hours, so through the 25th of October approximately, according to the ECMWF, which is the European model. We're looking at quite a bit of snowfall here, especially in the eastern portions of Canada through this time frame. Not all of this will stay as depth, but it is crucial that we get some accumulation here to start our Canadian snowpack. And if you don't know why that's important, it's basically going to help enhance the cold air and make it colder. Obviously with the snow on the ground, that'll make it colder. So we like to have that good snowpack, and it really correlates with really cold winters, how much snowpack there is. That's a really good sign if we can get a lot of snow cover. I am worried though about that southwestern Canadian region. We need to start getting some more snow there. Recently we have gotten some snow there, but we definitely need some more in the future range. And then here's our Siberian snow cover here, looking really good through 240 hours. We've been falling a little bit behind, but it looks through the 25th of October here. We're going to be looking a lot better, which is a really good sign for people who want cold and snow. And again, here's another model's opinion. So that was the GFS. Here's the ECMWF. Also having really good accumulation amounts here, so looking good either way. The Jamstec just updated, which was the main reason that I made this video, though I have been having some thoughts besides that, but we're going to get into that. But the Jamstec is kind of a bonus here. I show this model every time, so you're probably pretty familiar with it if you've seen my videos before. We've really seen a big flip here. Now it's showing cold in the southern and some of the western regions here, but as well as the southeastern regions of the United States. I don't really agree with this, and I think I know why it's saying this and why it disagrees with what I think, but a lot of people who are taking the El Nino too much into account would believe this. Obviously they'd say, okay, so the coldest temperatures are going to be in the southern United States, or the coldest comparatively to normal, obviously, because it will be much colder in Minnesota than it will be in Florida, obviously, though comparatively it could be colder in Florida than Minnesota. But I don't think this will be the case, and I'll tell you why in just a second, though, as we look at the precipitation really setting in that drier central and western United States, which kind of agrees with my forecast, though I think Texas and portions of Oklahoma will have above average precipitation, so a little strange there. We'll see how this updates. And this is getting into the reason of why I think it's showing cold in the southern United States rather than the northern and all the eastern United States for that matter. It's really taking this El Nino a lot stronger than I think it should, and really than I think the El Nino will be looking at the potential of it. It's showing 2 degrees Celsius really is the peak here in the 3.4. I think it'll be a lot closer to somewhere underneath the 1 degree mark, so this is more than double the strength than I think it'll be, and I think that directly has a relationship with why they think the cold will be in the southern United States rather than the north, again comparatively. Looking here again, this looks a lot stronger than their last run, so they're taking it a little bit stronger, and I don't know if I agree with that, but we will see what happens. Moving on here, I did want to show you guys something that I think might be changing in my forecast as I update it. I think as soon as I get back from vacation, I'll be updating my winter forecast, so look forward to that. I'll be making a pretty big update to it, pretty similar to the last update, so just so you know what to expect. I think with the temperatures, keeping it pretty much the same. I think that it could be pulled the middle shade of blue. I might pull, into the coastal regions and through New England. I really feel pretty confident now that we're going to have colder conditions in there. Also, I'm going to pull it a little bit south probably, but I think the heart of the cold is going to stay right around there. Maybe a little bit south, but right around that area. And the snowfall, this is where things get really different. I think I'm going to add maybe a third shade, just not that there's going to be more snow, more snowy than I thought before, but just so that I can actually really specify the area that I think will have the highest, most above average area. And really I'm leaning towards the New Jersey, Pennsylvania, northern west, and normal Virginia. It's so hard to say that. I'm always tempted to say East Virginia, even though I live in Virginia. But those northern regions, and then as well as Maryland, D.C., Delaware, and even some southern Connecticut, New York City, and really south of Boston. I think that's really going to be the bullseye area. The reason being, I was really high on the interior New England area earlier on, but I really think that with the lack of Greenland blocking, which I will go back to the sea surface temperature here. See this blue blob underneath Greenland? This should lead to below average temperatures around this area, which will basically make it trough a little bit and otherwise not a Greenland block, the opposite of a Greenland block, which will really make the pattern a little bit more flat, which will probably bring a lot more of those systems out to sea than up the eastern seaboard. So we might see a lot of those systems not go up. I think that there will be quite a bit of storms that go all the way up to New England, but I think that there will be mostly a lot more storms that go out to sea and really affect those, like I said, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, Northern Virginia area. I think in southern New England as well. I think a lot of those Miller Bs will struggle to go up the coast, but I think that some will make it up the coast, so I don't want to dishearten any of you, but that's just what I think for right now. And again, looking at my overall forecast, I think that blizzard zone or the equivalent will need to be pulled down quite a little bit, though I think a lot of those areas will still be affected, but I think that I'll enhance it to involve a lot more of those Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Northern Virginia areas. Maybe put something for the interior New England as a replacement. But besides that, I don't see a lot that I should change. Maybe Southern California, I want to put average precipitation. I think I had below average precipitation. I want to put average or slightly above average precipitation for those areas. And yeah, so I don't think there's a lot more that I'm going to be changing here. So that's just some winter thoughts going into the month of November, heading towards the month of November. Again, before, right around the end of October, I'll be making my next winter forecast. So be looking forward to that. That'll be out around then. So keep an eye out for that, obviously. That'll have a lot more information as more information will come out to me. So I'll be able to have an even more updated analysis on what I think is going to happen. And we're going to continue to track this winter, and I think through the month of November, my final winter forecast I'm expecting to make right at the end of November. So that's when I'll have my absolutely final winter forecast, and I've only been making small tweaks since I made my first forecast, I think in late August, so I don't expect it to be too far from that. So it's not like I'm completely switching my opinion. I'm just updating you guys on the little things. I don't have too much pride about that, so if anybody's going to be like, oh, well, your forecast was wrong, so you updated it, I don't really care. I'm more worried about getting the accurate information out to you guys, so I just wanted to put that out there. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. I hope you have a great day.